Why would I remember that? You know how long it's been since I played that game?
40 years.
You're correct.
You're 40 years old, you old man, you skeleton. Alright, I have no idea what number this podcast is. I don't particularly care, to be honest. You see, I still have the video of Alan's, like, super drunk one.
Oh, do you mean I'm never drunk?
I think it means the last one when we were playing Cards Against Humanity.
No, not that one, like the one ages ago when you apparently thought that hydrogen meant homophobe.
Holy shit, that was ages ago.
Was I?
I was reading
I think it was us.
Back of a monster.
Yeah,
game.
plus Ethan, you're sideways, so...
Yeah, I thought that might happen. Yeah,
Harry isn't sideways, Harry's good.
You need to get closer, as sad as that is for me.
Okay, I'll come on in a second. Let me just...
Yeah, I mean, we show up in the same video every time. Look at my shirt, it's open so much.
Jesus Christ. My shirt.
What the fuck? I can't believe you. Why weren't we filming for this?
I didn't think it would rip so easily.
Can we start the podcast just on this with our confusion?
I like this Tom. I really love this Tom.
Why the fuck did you rip it?
You can rip that easily, boy.
Why?
Did.
Being gay, so I just thought went like that.
Is that a Nirvana top?
Yes, and it was a good Nirvana top.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey guy. Jesus Christ, Harry, that is terrifying. Yeah, we need to do this.
They want to do a dark cast. That's what.
What do you mean, who's Harry?
No, I didn't know which one was Harry. Kai's lit up like Markiplier, and Harry looks like a fucking demon.
Oh, good shots.
Disclaimer: Alan's been drinking, so this podcast may be offensive. If you are offended easily, do not
I'm
watch.
offensive when I'm sober.
Yeah, but at least you have some sort of control when you're sober.
No, I don't.
When does he ever have control when he's sober?
The point is, if you get offended easily, don't watch because we're going to offend you probably. When I say Alan, I'll probably offend you.
You owe me a new top.
You ripped that by yourself.
Kill vegans.
You said that we were gay, so I had to become you.
Say we were gay.
Which we like.
Looks like I'm gonna need
What's that? Monster.
a... no, it's Cespi. We've got to call it Cespi.
I really
Good
like
stuff.
that top.
I forgot about
Why the fuck did you rip it then?
any fizzy drink we have on.
Toxic masculinity.
Cespi. That's Cespi. That's Cespi.
This isn't busy.
Not getting what I'm saying. Any brand name
Alan,
usually refers
Yes.
to.
how much have you drank so far?
I mean, like,
Let's see. We've had a Budweiser each.
we bought 8.4 fucking cider.
Are we on the same amount?
Yeah,
We
I
are.
think we are.
Yeah. So let's count the bottles.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We
7,
both had
8.
2 of these. This is my second.
This is
It's your second.
that's 10. 4 for each. Plus 3 shots.
Not much, to be
No,
honest.
to be fair, I could get one. I could rip my skin.
Alan, you'll regret it again.
I'm not gonna rip this top. This is my ACDC top.
All I heard from your ramble was I poured alcohol into my skin.
Lying. I didn't. I wish I saw it. I don't know who was there. I can't-
I can't believe I ripped one of the
Doesn't
hardest shirt. It was the best shirt. Oh, I even brought
Let's say it
jeans
again.
to fuck.
You and I were discussing like a bunch of topics that we should discuss in this podcast. Like, do you remember any of them?
Hybrid animals.
That gets hit by Flash.
Who?
What?
Oh, yeah, that's bullshit. I don't like that. He's an impractical character.
I think it's quite a boring character who just runs from everything. The only real exposure I've had to Flash is the TV series.
It's kind of his thing, though. That, you know, it wouldn't be called.
I
Just
love,
walk
I love
instead-
how his own problem isn't the fact that like he's got a massive ego and like whatnot. It's the fact that every situation he's in, he's just that little bit not fast enough,
Yeah.
and then he
All
cries
it-
about it.
To his problems, I'll literally run faster. Just go a bit faster, and he's like, "Oh my god! Oh, run faster!"
Can we talk about how he got bested by a talking shark, a talking gorilla, and a talking cheetah?
I don't get it. Why the animals? I get the speed thing, even though it's
good
annoying.
at the furry community.
Yeah, I mean, you know, DeviantArt needs some exposure.
But no, Ethan, going back onto like the topic of like the Flash the way that he solves his problems. Like it is literally just that. He goes on and asks, "Fuck, I can't beat this enemy. What do I do?" And literally, the excuse every time is just run faster.
It is. Basically, when we watched it, Alan had his headphones in, so he heard it. But what I saw was just he runs round, you get the gorilla stomps the ground, smoke goes everywhere, or dust even. He falls over, and then the two scientist people, the guy and the girl, say something to him. He's like, "Oh, that could work." And then literally the only thing he does is punch him in the chest.
Yeah.
And then it's over. Punches him in the stomach like that, which is a surefire way to break all your fingers, by the way.
Who makes you tea?
I don't know.
When it's not running fast, it's have you tried punching him?
Oh, in like I think it was like in episode 4. I think it's episode 4. We seen the episode where he went up against the guy made out of metal, and he punched the guy made out of metal who threw a car door at him.
Are you on about the guy we were watching today?
Car door.
Because I only watched part of the first season, possibly the whole. Okay, Alan's going for a second because he's unprofessional. I watched part of the first season, and there's this really strong who keeps screwing over Barry, and so it's like run really fast into him. That actually.
This guy. Have you come across him yet?
I think that guy because he's in the school, isn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Flash, being the most ingenious man of all, decides I'm going to punch a man who threw a door at me, who's made of metal.
Yeah.
And
he does such a speed that he should literally be a splatter of blood on the wall.
Do you know what's even funnier though? If you look at him, because it goes all slow mo when he punches him, he punches like this, like Harry does.
Harry, you're perfect as fucking the runner.
True. You've been alright. You've been working on this thing for fucking ages, and like you've only just you haven't even realised that he's not even called the runner anymore.
No, I know what is. I know
it's been months, Ethan.
I know.
Program.
The runner was the original thing in the
Harry.
I know it was, but it was changed
Harry.
months ago.
Harry, it's humour, Harry. Get with it.
But the what we basically got, was it the Injustice 2? Was it a trailer or was it gameplay footage?
Gameplay footage.
Yeah. So his special move is to run really fast into something and then run and throw his enemy into a dinosaur. And we were discussing that.
Yeah. I remember this. That poor dinosaur.
Ethan, your exaggeration, it actually killed me. It was like, oh my god, what?
You're a dinosaur, and he sat there, you're about to eat your meal, because he had like another dead dinosaur, from my memory. And then suddenly this weird creature that you've never seen before comes out, throws a man at you, and then runs away and disappears. You're like, what the fuck? Honestly. That dinosaur's going to go back to his dinosaur friends. He's like, guys, you never fucking guess what.
He didn't even like use the benefits of a dinosaur. He just whacked it against the dinosaur. Like, he didn't even feed it to him.
He was just minding his own business, doing fucking his like food web. He kills a goddamn no what a food chain. Food chain. What's the web then? There's a web. The web is the internet. There's a food chain where it has like the top things at the top. And then there's a web is everything else that can. I think that actually affects environments. Yeah, and everything else that can affect. Harry Gibson disappeared.
I'm going to Google the food web. The system of interlocking and independent food chains. Well, what the fuck does that mean?
I just imagine though when.
I think it's.
I just imagine though, like when you're describing the dinosaur going back to his mates, because he's a T-Rex. He'd do this. He'd be like, "Right, no, you are not going to believe this."
Except with his little tiny arms.
Yeah, that's what I just did.
I wasn't looking. I was taking my hot
chocolate.
chocolate.
Then pay attention then.
Well, look, taking my hot chocolate out.
Such a British thing to say.
I bet he's got powdered hot chocolate. That's the kind of British thing we do. Powdered hot chocolate.
Have you got some Horlicks?
Why are we stirring it? No one stirs tea with fucking no sugar in.
No, because you stir the powder with a bit of milk, and then you pour the hot milk in. Stir that.
Wait, did you say hot dog?
You're not going to put cold milk in hot chocolate, are you?
You don't top it up with cold milk. That's the wimp's way to drink hot chocolate.
Yes, that makes it hot.
Okay. Controversy. Question. When you make tea, yes.
Do
you put the tea bag in, the water, brew it, then put the milk in, or do you put tea, milk, then water?
Here's my exact step.
Tea, milk, and water.
Personally, don't drink tea, but on occasion,
Call yourself British.
I put the tea bag in, and then I put, for them, they have sweetener. But if it was sugar, I'd put sugar in.
British. And really British.
I'm rather not. I'm more Scottish than. No, I'm more British than Scottish. And then the hot water, and then the milk. And if any other way, it's just wrong.
You see, that's the way I do it, because you've got to let the tea bag brew. But with coffee, it's a completely different thing. You've got to put your milk in with the coffee things, like you were saying, Harry, with the hot chocolate thing.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't put milk in afterwards. That's just the wimp's way.
Never made coffee.
I've always put the milk in afterwards when it comes to coffee.
I like coffee and
What did you do, Harry? You put the milk in afterwards?
When it comes to coffee, you put the fucking water in first, then you put the milk in. I was talking about hot chocolate when I was referring to it. It's a completely different process.
You see, yeah, I know that. I was saying I don't usually make any brewed things like that. I always get people who do it different methods, so I don't know.
Well, if either of your girlfriends ever asks you to make her a coffee, you will. And I repeat, follow this example by the point. Coffee beans in first, followed by milk,
Oh
followed
yeah,
by
whole coffee beans,
Followed
right?
by water, followed by milk.
No, sorry, ground coffee beans in, sugar in, milk in, because the milk cools the grinded coffee grains, right? So when you pour the boiled water in, it doesn't burn the coffee, it doesn't taste as nasty and bitter.
What about the sex way they do
If you do it the other way around, it doesn't make a difference. You're still adding the cold milk in.
on paper as like a cone of the cup and milk.
We're having an argument about coffee.
Yes, shut your face.
Yeah, it's the same way.
Shut your filthy mouth.
It cuts all the bitterness out of the coffee.
But coffee's supposed to be bitter.
But not that bitter.
Stop getting so close to me.
Yeah, we were gay before.
No, I said we looked gay because of what you were doing. Yeah, and then you ripped your favourite top open for some ungodly.
I didn't know it was going to rip that badly. And by the time I'd ripped it, it was already fucked anyway, so it was all over.
I've missed 2 chances today to screw him over as well.
Oh, please do tell.
So, you know, the first one was at Subway because basically at our Subway, it's pretty much dead until lunchtime. And when we get there, we're pretty much the only people there, except from like the odd couple time. So there were 2 people there. One person made the sandwich, got it ready for the vegetables and fruit. Vegetables.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
Gonna get myself a chicken pizziola and just put an apple on it, you know.
The woman asks me what he wants for salad. I've been pretty knackered lately, so I guess my mind didn't go as quickly to let's fuck Alan over as it normally does. But I told Alan, what do you want on your thing? Knowing full well he would want olives and Southwest sauce.
Right.
What he failed to do was put olives, Southwest sauce, and a shit ton of jalapenos on for him. I feel so annoyed that I didn't do that. Secondly, I ordered our pizza.
I said I was going to have a 12-inch, then lied to him and got 16.
Yeah, he was like, I'll have a 12-inch, but we'll have garlic bread, which would be
I
more.
had fish.
What did Harry have? Beans on toast. You
I
fancy-
had fish.
Get back to Poland, Harry.
Like a basic white girl. I just watched a BuzzFeed video, but it was on
I
Chris
did as
Pratt.
well.
What was your?
Was it the one about like people dieting like Chris Pratt, or was it the one the caravan-like things?
That's exactly what I watched. And they do this like insane. It's actually a pretty insane diet that I would never do.
It's
I didn't
just
realise-
they just ate like salmon and
What's up?
stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, but it's just I like salmon, but I couldn't eat salmon constantly.
I've never tried salmon.
Fish,
Never tried salmon.
it's really good.
Try it. Nice.
It's really nice. You should have it.
It's
I
not-
recommend-
It's not that nice.
I recommend.
Smother it in balsamic vinegar. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, if you eat it raw first, you're going to regret it, but definitely have it cooked first and have the
Who
skin
eats
cooked.
raw fish?
Good raw.
Who gets a fish and just like, oh yeah, this
Harry?
fucking-
Harry, can I ask you a
shove
question?
it in my-
Can I have a question? Do you know what sushi is?
Yeah,
You
well,
got-
that's different, right? The
No, it's not.
The Japanese don't know how to make food.
That's
You
still
like
that's still a raw fish.
Yeah, sushi's raw fish. But do you guys like sushi? I know Harry doesn't.
I like
No.
sushi.
I like to
Yeah.
be able to
You like?
digest my food.
You can digest it, Harry.
You cannot.
Yes,
Have you tried?
can.
Shut up.
You eat it and then you just like.
No, because we're not insane people, and we actually like things that aren't cookies.
I like things that aren't cookies. Literally.
Oh, so sashimi is the rice and then the sushi. Because sashimi is different to sushi.
Is it rice?
Sashimi is like fish wrap. Sashimi is rice.
You're just saying funny words.
I am. That's what we've just watched a Japanese film.
Oh.
Well, we're watching a Japanese film.
What film?
The Raid. Which
that was in sync.
starts off a little slow. I'm not going to lie, because I know the Raid is a cool martial arts film. The martial arts film kick in for quite a while, but when it does kick in, it's goddamn awesome.
When you say it's a martial arts film, is it one of those like 70s martial arts films where like you have like this one guy with like really badly dubbed lips?
Well, shit, you can put it down. The acting is good, and
I'm sorry.
as far as it goes, the film is pretty good, except from a couple of shots. But it is pretty much just one dude who is really good at martial arts, fighting on a crowd of people.
Wait for Raid 2.
Yeah, the Raid 2 is much more brutal. I've seen a couple of shots. This isn't as brutal. It tends to transition away before gory scenes.
I don't know that fucking...
Yeah, the slice. It's got a couple, like, they stab the knife in and then you drag it down.
No, the neck door. Where he fucking jumps across the hallway and slashes his neck open.
Yeah, there's a broken door, and the only bit that's left is the wooden bits at the top, and he grabs him, jumps back, so pretty much swan dive, and his throat just goes through the wood.
You know, a while back when a certain teacher / tutor decided to hold up an entire lesson because we weren't on the electoral roll.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know, because like we didn't get a letter through because not all of us got a letter through. I finally got my letter through. I finally got my letter through.
Can I just two things? For one, you didn't have your letter because we were all 17 back then when she was talking about the electoral roll. And for two, all her work, I told this to Harry already, all her work was pointless. Every bit of work she got us to do.
Because we were just doing the last 4 bits, which we just learned how to do in the last few weeks.
And now that it's coming up, it's the end of college. She's like, well, let's hold actual assignments.
Ethan, do you know what I love though? I'm going all full on Will mode here. I love the fact that this certain someone decides to ham on at us for not being prepared, and yet sends us into an art gallery going, here's a camera, do this.
Yeah.
Without any brief.
It's like, well, guys, there's this camera thing, there's this art gallery thing going on. Go film it. Change by talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Harry hasn't seen it yet, though, so
don't spoil it.
Well, we won't
another
spoil
podcast
it.
after
talk
I've
about
seen it.
Yeah, but Alan's on the call, and he'll spoil it for Harry. Flute.
What's his name?
Whose name? I'm not telling you because I know exactly when you want to do it. It's such a shitty thing to do. Don't do it.
Ethan. Daddy?
No! He's watched the film. Logan. Oh, he hasn't watched Logan yet. But yeah.
But he spoiled it for himself anyway, so it's fine.
You care about Logan.
Logan dies, Xavier dies. That's true. Captain America never says.
It's true, he doesn't.
That's convenient, considering I'm holding him right here.
The bobblehead.
I have the bobblehead.
Yeah, so let's talk about Logan because
It must take away all sense of wonder when you know everything that's going to happen in the film anyway. But
Logan is the best film of the year so far.
No, because I knew about Wolverine and his unsightly demise. Anyway,
yes,
but when I went in,
but
when I went into the film, it enveloped me in like a film is supposed to, so I didn't actually see it coming when I was watching it.
Yeah, I had the exact same thing because Alan pretty much spoiled it. I'm trying to say what happened, but it sounds like I'm blaming Kai. Kai was not at fault.
Thanks.
Kai accidentally spoiled it for me by confirming.
Thing is, when you're given a question by someone like Alan, you can't say yes or no because it'll spoil it anyway.
I'm trying to say you are not at all to blame for it. It's just the circumstances that happen.
Before you carry on, Harry, you know I was saying Gladiator? Have you watched it yet?
What, Gladiator? Was Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Gladiator.
Hey, Harry.
Have you seen Gladiator?
With Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I told someone to watch it.
Yeah.
You told me to watch it, and
I remember because when I regenerated, I turned into the piece of leather on his boot.
Not this again. Fuck off.
Right.
Back to Logan.
He died.
Honestly, I don't see anything else. After I thought Alien had a chance, but after Carl's review, I'm kind of.
That's Carl, though.
Yeah, go and see the film for yourself before, like, you just randomly.
No, I don't take anything off of other people's opinions, but I respect the fact that what he said could have some value.
That's the thing, though. Apparently, the guy you went with really enjoyed.
I love how when we were with Steve was like, "Do not go anywhere near Carl Aldridge. Do not go anywhere near him." And as soon as we went in, Carl went up to Harry and goes, "You see an alien?"
I assumed it was because he really enjoyed it and just couldn't help talking about it, but it's because he didn't like it and he was furious.
I'm already predicting, like before even seeing it, that Alien Covenant is going to be like every Alien film beforehand. And that's not an insult. I mean, like, Aliens.
It's unfair, though.
What the fuck are you going to do with Alien?
I think it's unfair to say that all the films are the same, because of course they're the same. The sequels to the same thing. They have to be the same.
I'm not talking about, like, the character. I'm talking about, like, just the
art.
The way that that's, like, the way that it's just, oh, okay, it's a bunch of survivors in this crashed spaceship or space station or mechanical building that they can't get out of. Oh, look, an alien is going to attack them, or aliens are going to attack them. There's one survivor. It's usually Ripley.
It's always Ripley until Prometheus. Your base is not in the view. Let's just, we could go about Alien forever. Let's just agree the first film is a fucking masterpiece.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
Apart from the seizure scene, which gave me a headache and killed me for 2 days.
Released a film, like I'm plugging a series that we're not related to. They released a frame by frame about the set design. And I watched it. It was actually really interesting.
So I was given this by a friend, but I don't really know what to do with it because, like, it just kind of sits on my shelf. I was given one of these, but it just kind of sits there.
We can't see it. Watch your face a bit. Is it the spinner thing?
It is, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do. It just sits on my desk. I don't. I spun it a couple times, and I don't see a benefit because I'm not one of those people who fidgets all the time.
Kai.
I never saw the point of it until I started fiddling with it. It's actually really helpful.
If you see my Instagram video, I explain it pretty well.
Yeah.
I hate those spinners, but not for the reason everybody else is fucking hating them. The reason I fucking hate them is because they're the first kind of trend in society that I've had no knowledge of until I saw it on the news. It made me realise I'm getting old.
Yeah, maybe saying that in the car.
I just because it's vaping basically, and Josh is a prime example of that. Josh is a good friend and all, but he's the first one to jump on any trend, including vaping, and he's the stereotypical "look at me, I vape."
Has he gone to these things yet?
He has, and as soon as I saw that these things exist, I was like, "Well, Josh has got one of those."
Thing is, right,
no one's watched it.
Try, you'll have watched it.
Watch what?
The Instagram video I made.
Yeah, it popped on my thing.
Yeah, that's his spin. It's not mine.
Ah, right. See, I'm not ungrateful for it because it's a gift off someone, but like I just haven't used it, and I don't know how because I can't. Apparently, you're supposed to hold them like this.
Yeah, you hold them.
That's very awkward and awful, and it just makes me want to fidget more.
A while ago, I don't know why it didn't take off before. There was like a fidget cube kind of thing.
Yeah,
it seemed a lot, but that never seemed to gain any ground.
What I love about this though, or about these things, is that these are made for people who fidget and stuff, or people with like, what was it? Which one is it? Is it ADD or ADHD?
People who can't concentrate. So like, it helps them kind of.
Both the same, except ADHD involves hyperactivity.
Right.
So ADD is just attention deficit disorder. ADHD is
like people without that are like, I don't know what this does, and or oh look at this is cool, let's get some views. But like people with the need to have them, they're like, oh my god, these are great.
Yeah.
It's weird, like I agree with Harry, it makes you feel old because I didn't know about these things until like there's about 5 of them in my house.
Well, I can relate to that because I saw them pretty early on. Just by chance, it's just on my Facebook. So, and to be honest, I rarely feel old.
Yeah,
just hurt
young
me
thing.
Moron.
Look, I found
enjoying his time.
Found an old Camara. It's weird looking inside old cameras though, because you got like the mirror.
Hollowed out?
No, well yeah, that's what the inside of the camera looks like. It's got a little mirror that goes in there, that goes up to the top of the viewfinder at the back. It's a proper film like a film one as well. You got to have the little clicky thing.
But why is it?
Hmm?
Why is it like this. What if you don't?
Why is it like this? I
Yeah.
took the massive lens off it.
No.
It's like a transformer.
Still cut off.
Elongated for pleasure.
Hurry, you're still off. Go up. I know the viewers don't see it. There you go, buddy. Well, no, you had it before. Your face is cut off.
Oh, sorry.
God,
Is that better?
It's still everywhere.
Oh, really? Those specific things.
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna Google the word things. Culture code things. Okay.
You Google things, I'll Google stuff.
Things, a major upgrade to your productivity for Mac, iPhone, watch, and iPad.
The smartest, wittiest gadget reviews and buying guides.
I'm gonna Google Fab Dad. All I found is ice cream.
I'm gonna Google waffle.
Harry, don't do that to yourself.
All I found is pain.
Hey,
I'm still amazed, Ethan, that we managed to get Harry to fall for the salt trick.
that was fantastic.
You didn't get me to fall for it. I almost did it, but I
No,
didn't.
you actually did do it.
Watched you do it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
You
did.
did a good
You-
couple.
You did it wrong at first, and then we corrected you, and then you did it properly, and then you immediately went. Oh. It was very funny because at first I wasn't sure whether you were joking.
I was trying to explain it like it was this amazing thing, but the fact that you had never heard of it and I could possibly get you to make it crack up. So.
Having an old childhood joke at old Harry. Have you guys ever done the calculator trick?
Was the calculator?
Well, do any of you have a calculator nearby that's not your phone?
Is it by any chance the 58008 one?
But do any of you have a calculator nearby that's not your phone?
It's like an old style one.
I've got a calculator.
Not the phone. He said not a phone, and he's.
I don't have
doing-
one on me.
Uh,
Don't worry, Ethan. I'm just playing along.
I can't. Okay, then.
Expected as much. Don't worry.
Essentially, I'll tell you what you do. It's all to do with the numbers that you put in. You go a girl of 18, so you put 18, had boobs the size of 84, but wanted them the size of 45.
I've
45.
heard this. Yeah.
Went to the doctor and he says, "Oh, 0. Take these pills 2 times a day." But she ended up taking them 4 times a day. And you turn it upside down, and it spells the word, and she ended up boobless.
Oh.
Actually, it spells one.
Alan tried really hard, but he didn't get that at all.
1,884,452 times 4.
Do you know why? Do you know why you got that, Alan? Because you did it wrong.
Yeah, told to do it on an actual calculator, not on your fucking phone.
Yeah, but he didn't follow it at all. He was just doing that.
Yeah, because it's Alan. He never follows anything. You give him a direction, like saying, "Oh, treasure here." He'll just go, "I'm just gonna check the other way."
Oh no! I just saw one of my cousins just put. I'm watching the film Left 4 Dead 2.
What?
It's not a film, mate. It's a game.
What?
Poor soul. We must pull you back from hell.
Different question. I've completely forgotten. Left 4 Dead is a Valve game, isn't it? We should play Left 4 Dead at some point.
Would you want them to make a film of it?
No.
What about Portal?
No. It doesn't work the same. It's such, good character interaction.
What about Half-Life?
Thing is, with Portal, that they're just fully interactive experiences. If you take away the aspect of that, then you take away
I think what they
aspect of
should
the
do
game.
is make...
I'm gonna spark something, Harry, and you're gonna love it. Man of Steel.
No, please. Please, no.
Pulls the pin, drops the grenade, backs away.
It's a crap film.
It's good.
It's a really
Go
good
on, Alan. I see you're waiting to rebut that.
We're going to wait for you. Explain why you...
I
Explain why you...
am thrilled to let Alan go first because I'm waiting to see what his argument is.
Well, hey.
Well, the reason I liked the film, it was entertaining. It had good action, lots of smashy stuff.
Personally, I like the film because it was a bit of a different take on things. It kind of showed the origin of what happened to old Soupy Man, like Heinz Ketchup.
Super Heinz Ketchup Kent.
It showed what happened to him, and then it showed his slow progression towards becoming that valiant, superhero that he wanted to be. But even then, he couldn't, really contain his powers when he had to kill old Fuck Nugget the Third.
Mummy, I want to grow up to be a man who smashes buildings down. What's that
That's
called?
the thing, though.
Bad.
Talk about...
There's no sense of progression from him getting to Earth to, being Superman. He just ends up crashing there, and then immediately it cuts to him when he's older, and you see him using his powers to save a bunch of people. But then, Pa Kent tells him, no, you can't fucking use your powers to save people. But we've already seen and established that he uses his powers in the future to do so.
What are you talking about?
The narrative fucking error.
No. What are you talking about? You said he decides not to help people. What are you on about?
No. What I'm saying is, right, immediately when the ship is falling to Earth, when his escape pod from Krypton is falling to Earth, it cuts to him when he's older, when he's old, bearded Henry Cavill. And then you see him saving an oil rig full of people. Then, later on in the film, you cut to, that bus scene where a bunch of buses... Sorry, no, not a bunch of buses. A bus is falling into a river. And Superman saves a bunch of people. And then, he asks his dad, his Earth dad, not his space dad, should I have saved them? And he says, maybe not, and stuff like that. But we've already established that he goes on to save people. That narrative doesn't work.
What about? He's saying the difference between... That's a very good way to show the difference between his thought process and his dad's thought process. Whereas dad only wants what's best for him, whether it may not be best for everyone else.
But it's confusing what's best for him. He doesn't end up talking about what's best for him. At all. Because he goes on 1 minute just saying, oh yeah, you're going to change everything. You're going to change everything for humanity.
You're the answer to Are We Alone in the Universe?
Yeah. Then he just goes, keep your powers secret, son.
What I wanted to say is one of Harry's previous arguments was the film is bad because Superman doesn't lead them out of the city to not cause any damage, which would be a terrible idea because who wants to see them fighting in just a plain area, just punching people back and forth? Because that would be boring, Harry. No one wants to watch that.
My argument isn't that they were fighting in the middle of a city, right? I don't mind a few buildings getting destroyed. However, the point is Superman didn't try and lead the fight away from them. He just went, oh, okay, fuck these buildings, fuck these people. I'm going to slam him through.
Go into the middle of a desert and then punch each other into sand dunes 50 times.
I'm not talking about that, but there's obviously water bases in Metropolis. Take him over a body of water.
Deploy you to a desert. Flies to a desert, and they're like, well, he's gone. Let's continue destroying the city. Go on.
I've made the points I need to make.
I'm just trying to counteract your stupid points.
They're not stupid points. Your points are stupid.
It's entertaining. It might not be that great story-wise, and it might not be a fucking phenomenal story, but it's entertaining, and I like watching the film.
I will say, I have to say, Michael Shannon as General Zod is a joy to watch.
Which General Zod?
Michael Shannon as General Zod is a joy to watch. However, he's nowhere near as good as Terrence Stamp.
Alan's got his hand up. He wants to contribute.
Do tell.
I think they might be frozen and dead. I think they're frozen and dead.
He's just going, you're the best, and then just frozen in midair. Call a sign.
Ethan's just looking like he just doesn't want to know what to do.
Are they gone?
I think they might have crashed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they've gone.
How did that go, Kai? Just keep on rolling, they'll come back. Future Kai, put that picture up.
I love how in
Hey guys.
Hey.
Oh, hello.
I got you quiet.
Harry, in this picture, Alan's arm doesn't look like his arm. It looks like it belongs to someone else.
So, I saw Alan wanted to contribute because he had his hand up so politely.
Yeah. Go for it.
I think Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was really good.
The game. Yes, Brotherhood was quite good. Not as good as the one in Renaissance. No.
Alan's face is just like, how dare you?
What was the one that came after When
3.
he had
Oh,
no,
no, Revelations.
Revelations. That's it.
Then it
You-
was AC3, then AC4.
Constantly change your mind.
Revelations.
Alan,
Revelation.
please don't try and do things to Ethan. Keep it PG.
Trying
Have
to
you had more to drink in that brief span that you weren't
No,
on?
it's been this drunk the whole time.
Oh,
It's
God.
just been on film.
Oh no.
Here's the weirdest question, actually. Obviously, this doesn't apply to Kai because he can't get drunk for some reason. But to Ethan,
Oh, I'm dying from the
what's the
inside.
weirdest thing that both of you have done when you're drunk?
Good question.
Here's some juicy stories.
Each individually. So,
Weirdest thing you've done or weirdest thing that's happened?
what's happened?
I've been stabbed before.
With
By
what?
You know by who? With, well,
Was it a tasty
It mu-
meatball?
might have been an accident.
How'd you stab someone by accident?
Well, sometimes sharp objects just go into you. It happens.
This is not a case of shit happens. This is a case of you've been stabbed. You don't just run into a guy in the street, you know, bleeding to death, and
I was-
just be like, "Oh,
What?
sorry, man, I know shit happens."
And I woke up and there was a sharp object in my leg. It happens. But we'll stick to, why would that be inside my leg? We'll stick to what we've done. So what have you done? Okay, Harry, what have you done while he thinks?
I once got dared to bring a traffic cone home, and I brought it home.
Honestly, I rarely get to the point where I'm so drunk that I can't think.
I'm just imagining like you like bash the door down, and like your parents are like, "You back, Harry? Have you brought someone home?" "Yeah, cone."
It wasn't like, it was a comically big cone as well. It wasn't just like a little kind of cone. It was like, it was
What was it, like a orange? Was it like a VLC cone?
that.
Oh.
You put like two of them in a row, so like one there and one there. But like, I got dared to bring it home, and I was just like, okay, you know, like my drunken mind can't really fight this urge to not do so, so may as well do so.
How about you, Alan?
He ripped his best shirt. There you go. Off camera, sadly. But just before this podcast. To be, if it makes you feel any better, it wasn't that great of a shirt. It was too small for you for a start, like every top you own. Yet you still decide to complain at Harry for doing the same thing. You're at fault as well. And you're not even that big of a fan of Nirvana. What? You know, only Teen Spirit and Lithium.
Yeah, well, that may be true.
They're the fucking most well-known one.
I found a penny.
Thanks for that thrilling contribution to that, Kai.
Oh, can I tell my story about how I fell down a hill and rotated twice?
Sure.
I misjudged the height of a wall. My plan was to jump down slightly and jump back on the wall, when in fact, I don't know what happened. I slipped over backwards and rotated 3 times down a small hill, sat there and laughed up at like a batch of flies in the sky.
When was this? What?
Earlier on, at about 6 o'clock. I just sat and cackled into the night.
As you do.
Did you get any weird looks from anyone? Just looking like, why is that guy lying down laughing at flies?
No, but Megan and Tom were just laughing themselves to death. And I'm like, that was pretty funny too. I was just sat there laughing at nothing, realising I was being swarmed by tiny flies. London got attacked by bees today, did you hear about that?
What?
London got attacked by bees.
Oh, yeah. Why?
I'm gonna get the article up. London attacked by bees.
When you finish with this article, I've got another article to mention, because it's a bit... Go on.
Bees are gonna rule the world one day. Fact.
I can't believe
Ethan Blanchard, 26 something.
I'm searching London Bees 2017. It sounds like a sports brand.
It does actually.
Huge bee swarm. 17 hours ago. Okay. Jesus Christ, they're like fully I'll put this picture up as well. They're actually fully covering all of the streetlights. I'm gonna put this in the Skeep chat.
I saw an article the other day where some woman basically swarmed by bees because the queen bee got trapped in a car. So for 3 days, bees. Jesus Christ!
What is that?
That's just bees everywhere. On what?
Did you see it, Harry?
Jesus Christ or Jesus Christ?
Don't you dare get back in your hole. Never come back out again. Did you see the picture, Harry?
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Okay, so as it says, an enormous swarm of bees brought rush hour traffic to a standstill in London. So it stopped cars. Motorists and pedestrians were forced to duck for cover as thousands of bees stopped people in their tracks on Greenwich Church Street, close to the famous Greenwich Market last night. Videos of the bizarre scene showed people stopping to watch while others dived out of the way heroically to avoid the insects.
It must be so
How is that heroic?
Must be so weird to say, to your wife or something, who's asking, "Why are you so late home?" It was bees.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bees held up the highway.
They had to contain them in boxes, but they were still spilling out of these boxes. Pictures to follow.
Oh my god.
Mr. Clarkson reports from Broccoli Bees. Track down the swarm that's just a stone throw from Cutty Stark and stayed there before 8:30 trying to calm the swarm down.
Fucking swarm.
Yeah, from Broccoli Bees Incorporated.
Broccoli Bees.
Wait, does the Broccoli Bees have a business?
Apparently so.
Any fucking insect that look like Harry and
It's the same thing. I think it's the same thing with us and terrorists. The reason we never see any terrorist problems is because no one knows about us. The same with the bees. The bees don't know about us at all.
What surprises me here is it says that nobody was stung here. People did get a bit nervous though.
Oh God, Jesus Christ, nerves.
Fuck the people who died in the war. The bees are giving us nervous breakdowns.
Yeah, London got attacked by bees.
I have another news article that may interest you.
Really?
Hackers demand ransom over stolen copy of Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Essentially, it's
I've heard about
pirates are holding the movie ransom.
Wait, what?
Hackers, actual internet pirates, are holding Pirates of the Caribbean 5 hostage until they get ransom money.
So how are they holding it hostage? Do they own every copy of the movie?
I will read. They're threatening to leak it online. Otherwise, essentially, hackers are demanding money from Disney to stop the leaking of a pirate copy of an upcoming film. The CEO Bob Iger didn't mention the movie by name when he announced the news. Reports have been identified the upcoming Pirates of the Caribbean 5 as a target.
What should be just a marketing ploy? Because it's pirating pirates.
Yeah.
Oh, also
the hackers offered to keep it away from the public eyes in exchange for ransom paid in Bitcoin, but Disney says it has no intention to pay. This is so 4chan.
Yeah. Also, Harry, you had the displeasure of watching a trailer today with over 40 cliches within it. Could you tell me what movie trailer
30.
that was?
It was 30 cliches, actually, and it was the Emoji Movie.
And what part does Patrick Stewart play? Sir Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, renowned British actor, responsible for playing such roles as Captain Jean-Luc Picard and Charles Xavier, plays poop.
Can I say, how disappointed I am that the Popeye film got cancelled because of that piece of Stewart.
The Popeye film, it was fun. It was going to be fun and cool, And like
the action scene that you showed me today was so fun.
Olive. That moment though at Ethan's face when he realised that the woman's name was called Olive Oil.
I never
You
knew.
didn't know that?
No,
You never
Remember-
watched Firefly?
I was like a very young kid when I saw that.
So do you know about the whole thing about him eating spinach and like?
I know the spinach part, where he eats spinach and then he buffs out his tumors. And this,
I love that. It's just like, you know, the fact that you're alive is nothing short of a miracle.
It is though. Like, he just looks so deformed.
I think my favorite Family Guy joke to date is the one from the murder mystery film that they did, where Lois is like, "Don't drive forward." Oh well, it's just gonna drive forward because I thought that might be a fun idea.
Yeah. Like someone made like a mock-up poster for if they actually made like a live-action version of Popeye.
That's so weird.
Oh Jesus! I think my favorite Family Guy joke is when they reference Breaking Bad and they just go, you will talk about Breaking Bad. All you will talk about is Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is almost as good as The Wire. And then like the hypnosis eyes go away.
Did you know that one of the actors from The Wire was in The Incredible Hulk for half a second?
Really?
Yeah, there's a bit where like the Abomination throws a phone box or something. I don't know what he threw, but he threw a phone box and the guy was like, "Oh no," for like half a second, so that he was in it.
No.
The cast for Spider-Man: Homecoming, it's just I couldn't read it because you know how in like articles it's like it gives the name and like what the person was in.
Yeah.
There's so many actors who are in so many different things. It's like 27 people. I can't be bothered. I don't know whether their name is like The Office or Jim. I can't see.
Marvel just snatches up any like really good actor there is, and DC just is left with like they get the odd really good actor to pull in.
I mean, you got Will Smith and Margot Robbie, and Ben Affleck, and
Wait, goddamn. God damn.
Contain yourself, Ethan.
The only good thing about, well, the second only good thing about, first only good thing about that goddamn film. Suicide Squad.
What about Slipknot, the guy who can climb anything?
And who got killed climbing something? Insert clip here of Slipknot getting his head blown off, please. Oh my god, that was like totally brutal, right? Right. That's not scary at all.
What happened?
You know Google's version of Siri?
Yeah.
I
Is she
don't-
talking?
I don't know. I didn't say okay Google or anything. All I heard in the background was just someone talking, so I took my headphone off, thought it was my mum telling me to shut up. But it was my thing going, I do not see any sushi restaurants around here. I'm like, we
What?
talked about
We
sushi.
talked about that about an hour ago.
Google, you're a bit slow, mate. Oh, whoops. My headphone fell out. Yeah. I got really scared because I heard a voice behind me. I'm like, only I fit in this room.
True, your room is pretty small.
And now it's on about Alfresco Adventures, an outdoor activity organiser in Reeth, England.
Weird orangey. God, word.
I've got a game that we can all play if we all have access to Google.
What is that?
Essentially, right? All of us have to name something for somebody else to search up, and then you have to like read off the funniest kind of result that you get from that word.
Right. Okay, for now, continue conversation. I'll be back in a second.
Oh, you know what would be good to play though?
What?
Would be good to play.
We could play, like, you know, think about it again. We've got two teams.
Yes, so ignore. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
It's fun.
your one would be better for a separate thing. We need something that'll like, kind of, cover up the time.
Come on.
We'll wait for Ethan to get back from his merry escapade. Goodbye, Ethan. What we'll do though, because we don't have 5 people. Oh, there's a cat. Because we don't have 5 people. Say if it's me and Harry in a team, it'll be the other team that gives us our scenario.
Yeah.
And then obviously they also get to pitch in with a word.
Who are you talking to?
Huh?
Oh, right, the viewer.
No, I'm talking to you. I said Harry.
Okay.
And maybe the cat distracted you a bit.
She did. I get distracted by anything fluffy.
All I see is whiskers.
Stop. Oh. Fuck off.
Imagine if cats, right, had, like, they still had paws, like, on their legs, but their front, like, one of their front legs and one of their back legs were the size of a T-Rex's hand, in proportion.
That'd be weird.
In proportion to a T-Rex, the way its hand is tiny, that's what it is to a cat. So it's got front and back leg, left and right, completely fine, but these two are just tiny.
Or alternatively, right?
It could give itself a tiny handshake.
Or, right, you have a cat like who has completely normal legs, not legs, completely normal back legs, one normal front leg, and then a human hand.
A human hand where?
On the other leg.
Oh.
So it has 3 normal cat legs, and then one massive human hand. Just kind of reaching and just crawling itself across the floor.
Oh. That picture I sent you, by the way, is the moment in which you kept saying your words wrong. You were like, yeah,
I look stoned.
You are.
I'm not, I'm just really tired. Because Alan woke me up telling me, oh yeah, let's do a podcast. And then is not here for the podcast because he's pissed off. Yay!
Alan, come back.
Alan,
Where did he go?
Gary,
No, do not start singing that again. You'll bring back the feels. And Ethan arrived.
Yeah, I've arrived.
I don't understand me. My arm. Why are you licking my arm? What do you want? By the way, before we go, Kai.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of reminded me saying bye. When you went, I had a thought because the last thing I said was bye and then sickle. So I was wondering, what if your bus got in a crash and like the last thing that I said to you was bicycle? You can end it there.
So see you in the next podcast. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'll see you in about 5 months. Bye, everyone.